The words hit like a fist to the chest, sharp and heavy, leaving a bruise that wouldn't fade. "You're not a real man," Sarah spat, her voice low but venomous, as if she'd been saving the insult for years. I stood frozen in our dimly lit kitchen, the hum of the refrigerator the only sound louder than my heartbeat. Her green eyes, once warm like summer moss, now glinted with something cold, disdain maybe or pity. I didn't know which was worse. It was late, past midnight, and the argument had started small, as they always do. A forgotten bill, a missed dinner, my endless hours at the failing auto shop I'd poured my life into. But this wasn't about the shop, not really. This was about her, about us, about the slow unraveling of a marriage I thought was built on love. I didn't know then that her words were just the surface of a deeper betrayal, one that would shatter me before it set me free. My name is Ethan Caldwell, and I was 34 when my world collapsed. Sarah and I had been married for 7 years. High school sweethearts who swore we'd conquer the world together. She was the dreamer, sketching designs for dresses she'd never make, while I was the pragmatist, fixing cars and balancing our checkbook. We weren't rich, but we had plans: kids, a house with a porch, maybe a dog. But plans, I learned, are fragile things. That night, after her words sliced through me, I didn't yell back. I just stared, my hands gripping the edge of the counter, knuckles white. "What does that even mean, Sarah?" I asked, my voice quieter than I meant it to be. She didn't answer, just turned and walked upstairs, her footsteps echoing like a gavel. I slept on the couch, or tried to, the words, "not a real man," looping in my head. Was it because the shop was bleeding money? Because I hadn't given her the life she wanted? Or was it something else, something I couldn't see? The next morning, she acted like nothing had happened. Coffee brewed, toast burned, her smile tight but present. "You're up early," she said, pouring me a cup. I nodded, searching her face for a crack, a hint of what she'd meant. But she was a locked door, and I didn't have the key. I went to the shop, buried myself in oil changes and tire rotations, but her words clung to me like grease I couldn't scrub off. Days turned into weeks, and the distance between us grew. She'd stay late at her job as a paralegal, claiming deadlines. I'd come home to an empty house, the silence louder than any argument. I started noticing things. Her phone always face down, her laughter too quick when I asked about her day. Doubt crept in, a slow poison. I didn't want to be that guy, the paranoid husband checking her texts, but the weight of her words pushed me to it. One night, when she was working late again, I picked up her phone. The lock screen glowed, asking for a password I didn't know. She changed it. My stomach twisted. I set the phone down, guilt and suspicion warring inside me. But the seed was planted, and it grew fast. I started paying attention. Her new perfume, the way she'd linger in the bathroom, the faint scent of cologne on her scarf that wasn't mine. Then came the email. I wasn't snooping, not really. I was using her laptop to pay a bill, and her account was open. A notification pinged, a name I didn't recognize. Mark Reynolds. The subject line was blank. I hesitated, my finger hovering over the mouse. This wasn't me. I trusted her. Or I had. I clicked. The email was short, intimate, devastating. "Last night was incredible. Can't stop thinking about you. Same place tomorrow." My chest tightened, air refusing to come. I scrolled, found more. Messages spanning months, each one a knife. "You deserve better than him," one read. "He's holding you back." Another. "When are you going to leave?" My vision blurred, not from tears but from rage, from the kind of hurt that makes you feel like you're drowning in your own skin. I didn't confront her right away. I couldn't. I needed proof, not just words on a screen. So I waited, watched, let the pain fester. I followed her one night, tailing her car to a bar downtown. Through the window, I saw her with him, Mark. Tall, polished, the kind of guy who looked like he belonged in a boardroom, not a greasy shop. They laughed, her hand on his arm, her smile brighter than I'd seen in years. I drove home, numb, her words echoing again. Not a real man. When she came home, I was waiting. The kitchen was dark, just a single bulb flickering above the table. "Who's Mark?" I asked, my voice steady despite the storm inside. Her face paled, but she recovered fast. "A coworker," she said, too smooth. We're working on a case. Don't lie to me, Sarah. I slid the laptop toward her, the email open. Her eyes widened, then narrowed. You went through my things? She snapped, deflecting. I laughed, a bitter sound. That's what you're worried about. Not the fact you've been cheating for months. She didn't deny it. That was the worst part. She just stood there, arms crossed, like I was the one who'd betrayed her. You don't understand, she said finally. You're always at that damn shop, Ethan. You're never here. Mark, he sees me. He listens. And I don't. My voice cracked. I've been killing myself to keep us afloat, to build something for us. And you. I stopped, the words choking me. You threw it all away. The fight went on for hours, accusations flying like shrapnel. She blamed me for her loneliness, for my obsession with the shop. I blamed her for giving up, for not talking to me, for choosing someone else. By the end, we were strangers, the love we'd built reduced to ash. She left that night, her suitcase packed with the precision of someone who'd been planning it. The weeks that followed were a blur of pain and survival. The shop was failing, my marriage was over, and I was alone. But her words, not a real man, they lit something in me. Not anger, not anymore, but a quiet, burning resolve. I wasn't going to let her define me. I sold the shop, took the little money I had, and enrolled in night classes for business management. I worked odd jobs, lived in a one-room apartment, and poured everything into rebuilding. 2 years later, I was a different man. I'd started a logistics company, small but growing, built on the grit I'd learned in the shop and the strategy I'd studied at night. I wasn't rich, but I was steady, proud of what I'd made from nothing. I moved to a new city, left the ghosts behind. Or so I thought. Then I saw her. A conference of all places, where I was speaking about small business turnarounds. Sarah was in the audience, her face a mask of shock when she saw me on stage. I didn't falter, didn't miss a beat, but my heart pounded. After she approached, her smile hesitant. Ethan, you look good, she said, her voice softer than I remembered. Thanks, I said, keeping it short. I didn't know her more. I heard about your company, she went on, fidgeting with her purse. It's impressive. I'm proud of you. There was something in her eyes, regret, maybe, or envy. I didn't care to figure it out. How's Mark? I asked, not because I wanted to know, but because I needed her to feel it, the weight of her choices. She flinched. It didn't work out. Her voice was small, and for a moment, I saw the girl I'd loved, the one who'd dreamed with me. But that girl was gone, buried under her betrayal. Good luck, Sarah, I said, turning away. I didn't need her apology, her excuses, or her regret. I'd built something without her, something real. And every day, as my company grew, as my name appeared in articles and on stages, I knew it haunted her. Not because I wanted it to, but because she'd made her choice and I'd made mine. As I walked away, the crowd buzzing around me, I felt the bruise from her words finally fade. I was a real man, not because of her, but because of me.